You might be seeing level A or step one books coming home from school, but you wonder if they're actually effective. You may have heard about decodable books, but maybe you aren't quite sure what they are. And maybe you're wondering how decodable books can actually help your child become a successful reader. How are they different than those step one or level A books? So let's talk about the difference between a leveled and a decodable book. Leveled books are books like the step one or level A books, for example. They are structured in a way that is completely different than a decodable book. In a leveled book, books are structured based on sentence length, picture clues, and building vocabulary based on new words that appear in text. They sometimes even have repeated phrases that appear throughout the book. However, these books are not the best books for children to learn to read because they do not follow phonics-based rules that appear in words that kids are learning. So the kids do not have the opportunity to practice the phonics rules inside of the words that they have just learned. In these books, kids are encouraged to guess at words based on the pictures, or even to guess at the word based on some sounds that they know. They are not being taught to read based on their ability to decode the words by the sounds and the letters those sounds represent. Being encouraged to read based upon guessing from the picture or memorizing patterns that don't include decoding words and therefore do not work on decoding and strengthening phonics skills. So, why is this a problem? Well, it might look like your child's reading, but they're not. And so, therefore, your child is not going to make much progress using these books. They're going to make slow progress, or they're going to get frustrated and burn out and not want to read because they're not being taught in the right way. So, how is a decodable book different? A decodable book is different because the books are structured based on a specific phonics pattern that your child has learned. For example, if your child is learning vowel teams, you might have them read a book, a decodable book, that includes lots of words with vowel teams. So that your child has the opportunity to practice reading these words with things like EE or EA or AI, so that they can practice reading words based on their knowledge that the very first vowel says its long sound. When kids read based on actually associating the sounds with the letters that they represent, and they read based on the phonics rules that they are learning, they are able to realize that they can read and their confidence and momentum take off and skyrocket. And this is where real reading happens. And where decoding and learning real reading strategies makes all the difference. No longer is your child guessing at words based on pictures or repeated phrases. Rather, they are reading because they have this phonics skills and knowledge to be a successful reader. And this is where the true growth happens. However, I'm not saying that well books don't ever have a place in our child's reading development. In fact, I really like leveled books, but I like them when they come after the children already know their phonics rules and when they already know how to decode based on associating letters with sounds with their letters. Leveled books can be great for things like building comprehension or building vocabulary because these books are often filled with wonderful, rich vocabulary words. They can even be great for building fluency as your child begins to develop even stronger reading skills and they no longer need the decodable books because they can read multisyllabic words that include lots of different phonics rules. At Smart Start Tutors, we use decodable books to teach our children and our students what real reading looks like and how to read based on the science of reading and how our brain works and learns to read. By using decodable books first and then using leveled books, we are able to make real progress, and our students are able to come away from our sessions with confidence that leads them to be lifelong readers that not only know how to read, but enjoy reading. At Smart Start Tutors, we take a personalized approach and we help children to build momentum and confidence based on real reading. Decodable books are just part of this process. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when more videos like this are released. Leave a comment below and let me know, what is your favorite decodable book to read with your child?